Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR Halacha. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Friday, the 15th day of January. Here we go. We were talking yesterday about not making your drives too close to Shabbos on Friday afternoon because there could be a traffic jam, and that'll lead you into violation of Shabbos. What we want to add today is that let's say you're in Israel and your taxi driver is Jewish, pretty common situation, and you're running one of those last-minute trips. It's just a 9-minute ride, so you figure you're fine, and you have about 20 minutes till Shabbos, let's say. Jump in the cab with the Jewish driver, and here's the thing. He gets you to your place, and you have 9 minutes to spare, so you're doing great. But the thing is that he's a Jewish driver, and he's going to have a rough time getting home for Shabbos, and he may end up violating Shabbos because of you, because he drove you 9 minutes before Shabbos, and he needs 12 minutes to get home. So you do have to watch out about that, especially in Israel, where it's very likely that your cab driver will be Jewish, and you're not allowed to cause him to violate Shabbos. So also don't take cab rides real close to Shabbos. Yes, it is a mitzvah to get flowers for the honoring of Shabbos. It's a very nice thing for your wife, your mother, or whoever you're buying it for, but it also honors the Shabbos, of course, and it is a very, very beautiful custom to do. This interesting question also comes up on Friday afternoon, and that is it, let's say it's after Plag HaMincha, that's a special halachic time, within about an hour to Shabbos, where officially you could be making early Shabbos at that moment. It all has to do with whether you've accepted Shabbos on yourself. So let's say it's after Plag HaMincha, it's less than about an hour to Shabbos, and you say good Shabbos to someone as you start walking towards Shul. Is saying good Shabbos like you've just accepted Shabbos and now you can't put away your muktzah keys or something because you've just announced good Shabbos to your friends, so you've decided that it's Shabbos and it's late enough that you can accept Shabbos and you just made early Shabbos by saying good Shabbos. Most of the rabbis say that that's not a problem, that saying good Shabbos doesn't really signify that you're accepting Shabbos on yourself. You're just wishing your friend that he experience a good Shabbos in an hour when it starts. So according to most of those rabbis, it's okay for you to say good Shabbos, and it doesn't mean that you've accepted Shabbos. I do hear people sometimes saying a good Erev Shabbos, and I guess that's why they're doing that. They want to say a good Friday afternoon to you. They mean, of course, that they wish you well and all that, but they're being careful to not say good Shabbos because it's not Shabbos yet. But you don't have to do that, is the bottom line. Yes, it is a good idea to check your pockets before Shabbos because there could be some muktzah items in your pockets. Now you might say, well, this is a Shabbos suit, so there's never muktzah items in it. Why should I bother checking it? See, you may be one of those people that sometimes wears a Shabbos suit to a wedding where you want to look your best and you're wearing your Shabbos suit to a wedding. Well, you may have left a pen inside of that jacket pocket or maybe even some change or something. So do check before Shabbos, before you walk out, to make sure that no muktzah is in your pockets. On to challah and preparing for Shabbos. Just an interesting trivia piece. Challah is not exactly the name for bread. Bread is lechem, and yet we all call the Shabbos stuff that we eat, we call it challah, and challah is not really the name of bread. What's up with that? How did that happen? And the simple answer is because whenever you make bread for Shabbos, there's a mitzvah to separate off a piece of dough to give to the temple, the Beis HaMikdash, and nowadays we do other things with it. But as a reminder to whenever you're baking your own private delicious challah for Shabbos, that you should be separating the mitzvah of challah. So they called it challah just so we would get used to the reminder of don't forget to do the mitzvah of challah on the bread that you're baking for Shabbos. That's where the name came from. They used to say in all halacha books that you should definitely bake challah for Shabbos and you should not buy store-bought bread. But that was when store-bought bread was typically just a weekday kind of bread and it wasn't honorable for Shabbos to buy that. Nowadays, all the bakeries, of course, sell special Shabbos challah. So is it okay to buy that and you don't have to bake? Well, it depends. Some rabbis say that Rab Chaim Kanievsky was strong on saying that you should try to bake your own challah even when beautiful bakery challah is available. It just gives more honor to Shabbos. So do that if you can. Now here's the last question for you. If you have a choice of making a large amount of challah in preparation for Shabbos, you want to make a large amount so that you can actually separate the challah with a bracha because you've made that large requisite amount, but that's going to mean that you're going to have to freeze chunks of it. So is it okay to do that where a lot of it's going to end up being frozen and not so fresh on subsequent Shabboses? But that way you got to do the mitzvah of challah. Or with a bracha, or is it better to make small amounts so you won't have the mitzvah of challah with a bracha, but at least you'll have fresh stuff? So the rabbis debate that too, and some rabbis say that if you did make a good amount, a lot, and you did have to freeze some of it for future Shabboses, what you could do is just rewarm it a little as Shabbos arrives, just before Shabbos, and that way it'll be kind of fresh-ish for Shabbos. But it's a debate amongst the rabbis. Thanks for logging on. Have a great Shabbos and log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.